I'm here with Peggy O'Dwyer, who's running in the local elections on behalf of Fine Gael. Peggy, you've lived in Newbridge for over 38 years. Perhaps you could tell people a little bit about yourself, where you've come from and why Newbridge.
Thank you and welcome to our home. I came to Newbridge in 1981, having married my husband Liam. Both of us originally from Tipperary. Liam was in the Defence Forces, and we started our married life in the Oaks, and in 1986 we moved down here to Barristown Road, and we've been here ever since.
I believe, Peggy, you've worked all your life as a nurse. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I trained in Dr. Stephen's Hospital, and when I came to live in Newbridge I got a job in Naas General Hospital, where for many years I worked in different departments, but as within any job one chooses to specialise, and for me I chose to specialise in cancer nursing. Once I was appointed as the cancer coordinator in Naas General Hospital, I had the wonderful opportunity to establish cancer services in Naas General Hospital. Prior to that, patients that needed treatment had to go to Dublin, so that was one of the most beneficial services that had to come into Naas Hospital. And from that then I was able to identify gaps in the community. For example, here in Newbridge, through the parish council, I was able to set up a support group which gave assistance to patients towards travel and welfare while they were having their cancer treatments. We did various fundraisers, and through the wonderful generosity of the people of Newbridge and the surrounding areas, we were able to support patients through taxis and some home help hours as they were going through their treatments.
And I suppose that type of work gave you an insight into the problems within Newbridge and the support services that were required for people?
Oh yes, at that time there was no support services at all. If one needed treatment, one had to go through public transport. So it gave me a great awareness about families. When you get a diagnosis of cancer, it's not the individual, it is the whole family that cancer services are very important.
So Peggy, you've recently retired in the last couple of weeks from Naas. A lot of people would wonder, why now are you taking up the role of a politician within the local community and going into the council?
I lived and raised a family in Newbridge. I'm very aware of the challenges that are facing families every day as they try and live their daily lives. So I want to try and be able to give something back by running for the county council. I see Newbridge as a very diverse, multicultural town. It's a commuter town, but people need to feel that they're part of a community.
So Peggy, after 8 weeks canvassing, going door to door, what were the reoccurring issues that came up for you on the doorstep?
Well, it's a very good question, but I probably had a fair sense of them myself, but it was amazing what I picked up through the doors. So you can subdivide them into recreational areas like playgrounds, the lack of playgrounds, infrastructure. We need a second bridge in Newbridge. We know we have problems in relation to transport to Newbridge. We're not in the short hop zone, which seems to be a very difficult problem to try and get reversed. And climate action, climate change. I was amazed at the number of people that actually brought it to my attention at the door. While canvassing, it wasn't all about the facilities. Issues around mental health and well-being were often brought to the fore, and these very often impacted on people's quality of life. How they have to commute to work, what time they get home in the evening, childcare costs. So I think we as a society have a huge role to play in enhancing our quality of life and our health and well-being. So we have a lot of positives to look forward to for the future from Newbridge. We've had the new Transport Development Plan, which was recently launched in the Riverbank in Newbridge, and we also have the development of the Newbridge Culture and Civic Quarters. So if you don't know where that is, it is situated in the car park near the GA grounds. And then we have the huge development that's going to be incorporated with Kildare County Council and the redevelopment of the St. Conleth's Park. We also have our park, which is known as the Linear Park, which stretches along the River Liffey. Now, the area of land across from the Linear Park has all been rezoned for recreational use. So this gives us a wonderful opportunity to work in a collaborative way, because this is going to provide opportunity for cycle lanes, playgrounds, pitches, but we need to decide how we need to develop it. And that is another role that Kildare County Council and councillors will have in relation to the future developments of Newbridge. In addition to the Newbridge district, we have the town of Kilcullen and Cara. So Kilcullen has a population of just over 3,500, and it has a wonderful opportunity to develop its town square. Cara, a population of 1,500, which are going to get a new playground, and these are all wonderful opportunities for the younger people in our towns. Cara also has the potential for the development of a walkway from Cara to Naas, which would have huge benefits both from health and well-being and in relation to air pollution and keeping our children walking on the roads to school. The problems with Cara that was identified to me when I was canvassing was the lack of public transport. While it may be very near the bigger towns, there's actually no transport out of Cara. And if elected through Kildare County Council, it is something I would be very keen to try and look at.
Well, finally, Peggy, just before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you for just giving us some insight into your life and your work in Newbridge. Before we go, is there anything else you'd like to say in support of your campaign?
Well, I would always like to think that I have worked under the values of respect for our community, its knowledge, its culture and its views. Finally, this is the first time that I have run in the local elections, and if I am successful, I will promise I will work hard and do my best. I have cared for people all my life, and I look forward to the opportunity to continue to care for the people in the community which I would hope to represent. Thank you.